Hello everybody and welcome to a video I know you've all been very excited for. Our next video where we are talking about the cards spoiled up until this point for the Scarlet Keys. For reference, because this video is not coming out until like August, it is Wednesday, July 27th. So there's going to be a lot of cards that have since been spoiled that we have not talked about that aren't going to be in this video. But that's why. Just because, as we always say, YouTube time works a little bit differently. We work far ahead. So, let's talk about what we have spoiled so far, starting with Orphic Theory. This is a 2-cost, 1 experience, seeker asset. Takes up the arcane slot, and it's a spell.
It's a good subtype to have.
It is, yeah.
Sick art, too.
Commits for... Actually, yeah, the art in this expansion so far has been really cool. Like, I was joking that they're through their, like, collection.
They can't reuse art assets.
Yeah, they're like, all right, let's commission some more. And they've been saving money every cycle. Like, here's for when we get our art budget, we can start going nuts. Commits for a book. It has 4 secrets. As a lightning bolt, you can spend a secret. Choose any non-weakness treachery not attached to an elite enemy. Until the end of the round, treat that card's printed text box as if it were blank except for traits.
It's like fine.
Yeah.
It's like a neat one of for seeker decks.
It's like they're one of the partners in
it's like rolled,
I think, yeah. Has this effect, and the effect is good in Edge of the Earth. So having like a permanent way of doing that's really nice for campaigns, but I think it's entirely campaign dependent too. Like there's some where like but even then, like, the effect is just, like, good.
Yeah, right? I just like the idea of somebody struggling to get clues on a location with a locked door. And then you just show up and you, like, open the door.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not locked.
Yeah, no, like, I think this card's good in most campaigns.
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff in Innsmouth, all those ones that where, like, you have to choose. If you fail, you choose. Or you get both of them, and if you pass, you have to choose one or, like, put in a play for a negative effect. You can just ignore that. For the round... There's like there's some of those or similar things in...
The car was never broken when it breaks down, just the car never was broken down.
Yeah, the car was never broken down.
Yeah.
And you can get out of the Tormented Realm in Circle Undone.
Also, it's really good in
Carcosa.
Dream Eaters as well, because there's like that one card, Wondrous Lands, where if you get the last clue at Ancient Evils, right, like it puts a doom on the agenda. Just being able to say no to that is really powerful.
Quicksand or whatever.
Yeah. You were never in the hole. I think the card is
this card's actually really good. It's also uses Secret, which is relevant. It takes an Arcane slot, which Seekers generally don't care about. And you don't have to be at the location to blank the treachery.
Yeah. I also, even though it's like very easy to play around Beyond the Veil in Dunwich Legacy, I like to just be like, no, draw 5 cards, shuffle my deck, keep going. And Yoxoff is like, what the frick? You can't do that! No, card seems sick. And it's going to be one of those things that, like, even when we go through a bunch of examples, there's always going to be one more that's also just good.
And me and my family played Dim Carcosa this last weekend, and I wish I'd had this for the 2 Sign of Hasters that we were playing at the same time.
Yeah, you can use this to grief your teammates real good on Spires of Carcosa. And just be like, oh, there's no way to get the Doom off. Only there was a way.
Shucks. But yeah, no, I can't imagine, like, maybe this going to a more than a one-of, but to me, this is like a perfect, like, a one-of card. You can just, like, find it, play it.
Yeah. Unless you're using it as, like, a secrets battery with Diagonal Rookman. Yeah,
Diagonal Rookman, Ariadne's Twine. Man, secrets are just, they're like... They're already good, but they're like one card away from just like the dam, just like shit, like it just going.
Yeah, imagine if there's like a 0-cost event that let you move your secrets from one asset to another asset.
No, don't imagine that. No one imagine that. Like,
you play your cut that out of the video. And tell me you're like 5 secrets on my Necronomicon, please.
Oh, God. Yeah, no. No. And then, like, the rogue's like, can we please have a way to investigate with our foot?
What do you think the Guardians are feeling like? They're like, our guys all...
Yeah. Oh, my God. Freaking Guardians. All right. We have these 2 Dilemma cards, which are pretty neat. So these are, like, you can't play them. They're resolved by their Revelation effect. So when you draw them from your deck, the Dilemma then triggers. So, He the Dream is 2 experience... Dilemma. There's Ash Can't Beat and Little Duke the Dog on the card. Revelation, reveal the top card from each investigator's deck and place them in a pile. Repeat this 2 more times. Choose one of the 3 piles. Each investigator draws each of their cards from that pile, shuffle each weakness in each other pile to their owner's deck, and remove each other revealed card from the game.
Oh, this is like, what's it called? Black market.
Black market, yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Card good, I think.
Only sometimes you just get to eat somebody's like great experience card, and you're just like, I don't know where it went.
Whatever.
Yeah, and it's I think that
I think this card's really good though.
Yeah, I think so too, because it's like black market, and now we know effects that give everybody something that you don't need to like do anything, like don't spend an action, are nice. And I think the downside where a lot of people were talking about how it eats cards from decks, like unless like you're playing with someone who's like a heavy combo player and like you remove their key piece because the other ones were better. That sucks for them, but it's like still Arkham, right?
It'll screw you once in a while, but at the end of the day, like whatever.
Yeah, the value you'll get is better in the long term.
Yeah. Yeah, if it were revealed from the bottom of the deck, it would be strong. So if it's from the top of the deck, it also has to be strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's fun too because it allows for just some really cool like decision making in phases that doesn't really have decision making, and then also like I think it's going to be a good experience for groups to figure out value at a table too when they're analyzing the board states. It's just like the dilemma things are really cool, like being able to like take a moment of pause and be like, okay, what's the best thing we can do here with this card? Yeah, I think Heed the Dream's great though.
Yeah. All you got to do is live the Heed the Dream by heeding the dream into a Heed the Dream.
Yeah. Do you draw them?
Then,
they do draw them.
And then you do it twice.
All right, Bryn, here, so it's a two deck Bryn's Madhouse, where we play as many of the dilemmas as we can, so we just get 2 dilemmas off of dilemmas.
I bet dilemma's only going to be a
Survivor thing? I agree, yeah. It seems very Survivor.
Yeah.
Next one here is we got Predator or Prey. This is a 0-cost dilemma. It's also a tactic, which means Mark Harrigan. He can play it if it's good. I don't know. I don't remember this card. But the revelation, if there are no enemies... Oh, max 2 dilemma per round. They've already ruined our dream. What the frick? If there are no enemies in play, draw 1 card. Otherwise, you must decide. Each unengaged enemy moves once toward the nearest investigator, or each investigator disengages from each enemy engaged with them and moves once away from the nearest enemy.
It's pretty whatever. I don't think I would play this card.
If I know anything about free movement, it's that it's good.
Kinda. I mean, like, it's free movement that you can't control, though.
Yeah.
Right, sure.
And it also has certain... Like, it has prerequisites.
Do you know who would be fun? If there's more dilemmas, and I imagine there's got to be a few more, a min, Old Book of Lore to fish out the dilemmas as you want them.
Yeah, that might be neat. For most investigators, though, like, you're probably drawing these at the end of the round, because how many actions are you spending during your turn actually just drawing cards?
Hopefully not more than one.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Am I Harvey Walters?
Yeah.
Even then, you want to be drawing cards, like, with secondary effects, not just, like, drawing cards or anything. But, like, how often are you going to be at the end of the round, have people engage with enemies that they don't want to be engaged with?
Yeah. Not often.
And like having unengaged enemies move once towards nearest investigators could be nice, I guess. But
yeah, I think that this card has it has the potential to be good, but because you don't have you can control when you draw it, but most of the time you won't be able to. It might not hit. But I think the worst case as well, if this just then becomes the next card in your deck, if there's no enemies in play, isn't too bad. I don't think it doesn't impress me like Heed the Dream does. Like I see Heed the Dream and I'm like, that card's sick. This card, I can see the potential for it to be good, but I'm not excited by it.
Yeah, this gets the Travis stamp of disapproval.
Shunk. It's just him going like this.
So the thing about end of round, right, is that if you have somebody who's dealing with an enemy that they don't want, and you don't have a way to kill it because maybe you don't have anyone with big punch because foot is better than punch or whatever. You just get to get away from it for free this turn.
Yeah, but you can't rely on it, and they've already taken the damage from it.
Yeah, even if they've already evaded it or whatever this turn, they still get to get away from it for free this time.
No, they don't. They're not engaged to it.
Yeah, they are.
Not if they evaded it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. That's a great one. Yeah, what the round structure is.
Oh yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, because they're ready first.
Yeah, this is during the upkeep. Yeah, okay. I guess so.
Yeah, I think that this...
I think.
it does have its. I think.
No, I think you're right.
I think you're
after I
right
think
too.
about it.
Yeah. I think it has this potential, like I said, but because it's unreliable, it's like less impressive. But I think this is one we'll see how we play in practice, right?
You just play these in Patrice and be like, I've already hit 2 this turn, so
Oh yeah, they do.
some of my cards just don't do anything.
Well, I mean, like that's always part of.
Patrice, yeah. they do seem good in
It's like
Patrice.
horn and the violin.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, do you even get to discard these guys?
No, I think they would just stay. So it's actually that's a great question.
Yeah, like
What
what happens if you've already resolved 2 dilemmas in this round?
I would wager because there's no revelation effect to resolve. They just stay in your hand. It's a dead card.
Why
you
sometimes
got
you
in
find email? Maybe they'll respond in 3 months once they've made something up. When they've decided.
I'm sure that it'll be in the booklet for this.
I think I do think though. I do think it
Are you
was.
sure?
I do think when this when He the Dream was spoiled, there was something about that because you can
probably.
corner them away.
Okay.
Like I believe, yeah.
I mean,
I'm not 100%.
That would make sense for them to just go into your hand because there isn't like a pile of text telling you to discard it. So
Yeah.
In which case, these cards are probably free. Okay, and Wendy and Duke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, like they can be blank cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're actually literally.
Those
blank.
are pretty okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more though. I hope we see a few more. All right. We have a customizable card, and this is the customizable card I wish they first spoiled because there's a lot less text on. There's still a lot, but compared to like the magic armor and the magic axe, we got pocket multi-tool. This is a 3-cost asset, takes up a hand slot. Prints for a while, it's customizable. So again, if you don't know what customizable is, each box costs an experience. Its level is half of the number of boxes checked rounded up. You must fill all of the boxes to get the upgrade, and then all of your versions have the upgrades on them. We'll limit 1 per investigator as a lightning bolt during a skill test. You're performing exhaust pocket multi-tool. You get +1 skill value for this test. And we have all these little things you can customize. Detachable, other investigators may use the ability on pocket multi-tool at your location. Pry bar, you get +1 skill value.
Which part of this is supposed to be a pry bar?
Yeah, just
That's all I want. That's all I want to know.
yeah.
Yeah, wait a minute.
So pry bar, you get additional +1 skill value if this is on a test or in a treachery. Sharpened knife, +1 on attack.
The knife is the only one I see here.
It's true. Where's the corkscrew?
How is this not detached by default? It's a pocket multi-tool. You can just give it to someone.
Yeah, no, it's because you buy the sick chain because like everyone's like, is that a wallet chain? You're like, no, and then everyone laughs at you when you pull out your multi.
And then you get like screwed into your hip plate or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just like starts the game stitched into your hand.
Yeah. Signal mirror is +1 evasion. Magnifying is +1 investigation. Lucky charm is after you fail a skill test, you ready it. And spring loaded it becomes a reaction, and it basically becomes lucky.
Every turn, forever. If you take the lucky charm too.
Yeah.
They only get to use it for like one thing.
I think the card is.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's there's a lot that you can do with it. Makes it like a very versatile card. I think it's like as we're seeing more of these customizable cards be spoiled, I do think they are all kind of just generally lower power level, which is good because if these cards were like busted, then like
Angie.
yeah,
there has to be a cost to be paid for flexibility, right?
yes, yeah.
It's the reason that Lola sucks.
I think this card's a nightmare if you have multiple people at your table playing it.
Oh my
Especially
god.
if you have like detachable. And you're like, fuck, what does yours do?
Yeah. And then the person just says it has a signal mirror and magnifying lens, and you're like,
That doesn't answer any of my questions.
Yeah. One of them is like Lucky Charm, and the other person's using Spring Loaded, and you're just like, but which one can I do?
yeah. Yeah, one of the things when I was first looking at the customizable cards, I wish that there was limit, like you could have like 1 customizable card in your deck. That would have been nice. But
I mean, if they were all like this, I don't think it would be a problem. Like this one just applies modifications to the text on the card, right? We're not actually adding new lines.
yeah,
of text,
that is
really.
true. Yeah.
definitely
Beyond
one
that,
of the
like if you fail, ready.
Yeah. This is the one that's like the easiest one to grok. And then also like you can just be like, this works for like fighting and Clue getting and treachery, because that's what I want to do.
Yeah, this
right?
one's easy to like kind of portion off whether it's
Yeah.
relevant or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The little alien servant is like
Cool.
really cool, but man, that's a lot of words.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one's like just nice. Good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play with it eventually, and because it just helps with skills, which I like doing. But only one per one in play per investigator. I don't know. We'll see. These cards are so hard to evaluate that we're not going to talk about them seriously until we like play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then everyone's gonna be like, "But you haven't played with this function," and we'll be like,
Don't care.
All right, we got some Doom cards. So we got El Rubash. She is a 3-cost ally, and she's a witch with a cat in the art. Purifying Purpose, commits for a brain and a foot, soaks for 1 and 2. You get +1 skill value resolving a skill test on an attached asset. 1 Doom on each attached asset does not count towards the agenda's Doom threshold. As a lightning bolt, you can exhaust L. Choose an asset in your play area with 1 or more Doom on it, attach it to El Rubash, or switch it with an attached asset. Hey, they got the text. They got the text on it, because that's how Diana is supposed to work now, and they actually put the text on there.
That's actually even stronger argument for me why Diana shouldn't be able to switch them.
Yeah, yeah. Limit to attached assets. Yeah, I mean, like, the Doom archetype's getting a lot of meat here.
Yeah, I'm mostly just disappointed that you can't have her marry Baron Samedi. That's sad.
Yeah.
But also, he would just kill her, so,
Yeah.
you know. What with her 1 hit point?
Area with 1 or more Doom on it. Yeah, I think you can marry them.
He's not in your play area, though, I don't
No,
think.
because he's an ally, not a treachery.
Yeah, but, like...
He can't leave play, but I think...
Is he an asset, though?
I think he is an asset.
He has the asset type, yeah.
Where's Marie? She's with Circle Undone. Where's Circle Undone? There she is. Yeah, he's an asset.
Yeah.
So you can marry him.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
You need a charisma.
Charisma. You need a charisma.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, like, most of the times with Marie, you want the charisma anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they can get married. But obviously, like, this gets really exciting with the Fish Book and the Vermis Mysterious. Abyssal Tome.
Yep.
Yeah. No, they got it, Justin. They got it.
Yeah.
The fish book. Like, what else could we be talking?
Yeah, the book with the
Really,
fish.
it's the book with the fish.
Yeah, ever since Travis called it that, I just can't call it anything else but just Fish Book. Yeah, obviously the card's really nice with that. And then there's Sin Eater. This is a 3-cost ritual permanent exceptional asset, so it costs 6 experience. As lightning bolt, you can exhaust Sin Eater, move 1 Doom from an asset you control to Sin Eater, then either ready that asset or place 1 charge on it. As an action, you can remove all Doom from Sin Eater.
You got a rant for us, Justin?
I don't like this card. Just because I feel like it does a bit too much for a permanent. I think permanents need to be very focused, and I think that this card just has like 1 too much on it. Like the ready in the asset and place 1 charge. like you could just have one or the other. You don't need both. I think you should have none. I've had a lot of people were yelling at me I'm not yelling. We were having a polite, angry conversation in the Discord. And I just think, honestly, I think this card should just have a little bit less on it. I don't think the card's like broken, and I don't think like it's to the point where it's like Cyclopean Hammer where everyone's going to want to run it, right? Mm-hmm. But to me, just the design of it, I think is just a bit too much for a permanent card.
Yeah, it's like a card that they clearly wanted to be good, and they just went over the top on it. They just like tack stuff on for the sake of it.
Yeah, I mean, like the nice thing about these permanents is that we've seen that it's pretty easy for them to rebalance them by just being like, hey, this one costs.
That is very true. That is very true. Yeah.
Because like higher education used to be the nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's just sort of like sometimes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah, that's very
maybe.
true. Yeah.
I mean, like, they also printed a bunch more cards that you can spend your experience on. Too,
This is also true.
Yeah.
I personally am going to use this to dump so much Doom into playing Marie Lambeau.
Is Brent finally going to play Marie?
Oh man, we're gonna exhaust Baron Sandy. He's gonna get a Doom on him. Then we're gonna use this to ready him and move the Doom onto this, and then get another Doom on him, and then we're just never gonna get rid of it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
No, I kind of agree with you, Justin. I wish it didn't like ready the asset or put a charge on it. That line of text didn't need to be there, or like maybe you had to exhaust it to remove all the Doom from it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, I don't think this card's gonna break into like not everyone's gonna be like now. Thank God everyone's running Fishbook 100% of the time, right?
Yeah.
But the design of it. Yeah.
It does feel like there's stuff just tacked on for the sake of making it good.
It reminds me of the Profana.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a little bit much. I'm excited to play a Doom archetype though.
One day the Prophesied Profana will be exceptional.
One day.
One day.
I just like also like looking at like. It makes me wish cards like Sharpshooter were, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like I understand why they aren't.
Yeah, but it also goes
Like I really hope that it gets the on your own treatment one day.
I'm sure it will one day.
If we ever get Return to products again, which I'm sure they'll do.
Return to Investigator expansion.
Everyone's like, yeah, no, but I'm very excited to see some. And if Bryn actually might, because I know you I remember you once said you were like, I'll never play Marie.
Oh yeah, no, I hate Marie so much.
I guess that hasn't changed.
Yeah, just like using this, I can die twice as fast.
Okay, oh yeah, you just said I don't want to play her. I don't want to play her. I don't want to play her. Yeah.
Man, are we done yet?
Just play someone else.
And honestly, this is also very good with the investigator who was spoiled. Zidane. I don't know her first name.
Is it like
It's not
Amira?
Zenith.
Armina. Yeah, something like
Amira?
that. It'll lock in event. There was days when I had I was like, Winifred Havamuck. I'll never remember that name, but now I know it. Obviously, they're going to be great with her, and yeah, I really like Elle. I like that design a lot. Okay. There's a lot of text on this card.
There's a lot of text on this
Damning
card.
testimony. Look at that lady. She's like, he did it! All right. Oh. George Barnaby. He's a lawyer, right? Maybe he'll get to play this card. 4-cost asset. Commits for a book. It's an item and illicit. Takes up a hand slot. Uses 3 evidence. It's customizable, because you can tell because there's the second card that comes with it. As an action, you can exhaust damning testimony to choose an enemy at any location. Investigate, in quotes, your location. If you succeed, you may spend 1 evidence to discover 1 additional clue at the chosen enemy's location. Okay, that's a nice base effect. Search warrant. While investigating using damning testimony, you may ignore any effect or keyword on the investigated location that would trigger. Fabricated evidence. Damning testimony. Others play with 2 additional evidence on it. Okay. Blackmail. You get +2 book while investigating using it. Okay, nice and simple. Extort. When you successfully investigate using damning testimony, you may spend 1 evidence to automatically evade the chosen enemy. Okay. Surveil. You may use damning testimony's ability to investigate the chosen enemy's location instead of your location. Okay. And then expose. When you successfully investigate using damning testimony, you may spend X evidence to discard the chosen enemy. If it is non-elite, X is that enemy's remaining health.
This could have just been this card without the customizable stuff.
You know, the things that I like most about this one are the idea that you could take like a Shoggoth or like a Byakuya to court, and that they would care about it.
Yeah.
But also that Preston can't play this because he settles his problems out of court with money.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You know? He's like, no, we're not going before a jury. The jury is comprised of 12 people who are too stupid to get out of jury duty.
Damning
You don't want to do that.
Wait, so because if this is damning testimony is illicit, is that implying that the testimony?
No, the testimony's fabricated.
It's fake.
Yeah. That's why it's illicit, yeah.
Yeah, there's fabricated evidence. What the frick? George Barnaby, why? I mean, I think that like the base on this card is
This card didn't need to be...
It needs to have all this other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like it could have just been this at level 0, maybe cost 3 resources instead of 4. And then had like an upgraded version where like you got the extort and the blackmail.
I like the surveil one with Trish is obviously really good. Yeah. I think this one is one that won't go because, like, I think when people were seeing like the servitor and the axes, they were like, "I can't wait to load this one up." I think this one you can be more focused on the direction you're gonna go because you're probably gonna want to buy like if you're Trish, you're gonna buy surveil. You're probably gonna get blackmail. Fabricated evidence is also really good, but the other stuff you don't really like need as much, right?
Yeah, I think this card has like a level 1 card. If you're just buying the blackmail, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
For for a green card.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
You don't usually get things that help you investigate better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, do it different, but also cost you XP.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So this is like a interesting option for like a deck that might want to lock picks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even just like blackmail and fabricated evidence in like Finn, right?
Yeah.
And Wendy.
Wendy, yeah, and Wendy.
Yeah. Nobody cares what you think, child.
He did it.
No one will listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, because even just like you can exhaust it, and you don't need. Never mind. No, because you still investigate your location.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also don't have to spend the evidence if you don't want to.
Because even like with the extort, it can then just become like a free evade tool.
You have to. There has to be an enemy in play.
Yes.
There does have to be an enemy in play.
That's
that's
kind of
That's why you drag the guy around in handcuffs.
yeah. Well, I mean, even if like you have your damning testimony in one hand and your thieves tools in the other, that's a pretty confident like you can adapt to it and investigate as you
I
need.
guess.
Yeah. But then again, you don't need to use your foot for the thieves tool. Oh yeah, I think this card's fine. Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
Play this card in Rex Murphy and never upgrade it.
This card doesn't make me angry like the other customizable ones do.
Oh, that's good, and it's a green one too. That's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, it investigates though, so it's like an honorary yellow card.
It is an honorary yellow card. It's true.
It also does things that like yellow isn't supposed to be allowed to do, which makes it an honorary yellow card.
Yeah. Ain't that the truth? All right, we got 2 Guardian cards coming up here. First one is Fighting Lessons. This is a skill. It's practiced, but I think it's like it can work. Commits for a fist, a foot, and a wild. Commit only to a skill test during an attack or evasion attempt. You can commit this skill to an investigator's test at any location. Hey, it's for Carson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Price Makes Perfect, did you see that new ruling about cards like Price Makes Perfect and Blur
Yes.
Attack?
Yes.
This is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, why even have the rule, man?
Yeah, no, I feel like, like when people talk about, like, spaghetti code in video games, I feel like we have, like, a spaghetti rule book where, like, it's like...
I feel like people email the designers, and the designers are like, don't have the spine to tell people they can't do their cool thing.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, sure, just do whatever, man.
Yeah, because, so, like, how this works is, so people who might not know, because the window for stuff like Butterfly Effect and Practice Makes Perfect is not part of like the like is it like step skill 2.2 or something like that or whatever it is where you can each player may commit a card, you can still commit cards. So we can commit 2 cards now to other people's skill tests if you just jump through a few hoops to do it.
Just play cards that you're already playing.
Yeah. I think this card's nice though. I don't think it's like gonna see play in like a lot of decks, right? But it's kind of like a good support card. Obviously, Carson's going to enjoy this card. If you're playing Practiced in Guardian, having more practice... Sorry, if you're going to play Practice Makes Perfect in Guardian,
more things that just commit for a while so you have more hits.
Yeah, or even just like with your like Mark Harrigan, just something you're going to fight with because you're going to fight anyway, right? Mm-hmm. Like, more of those are good. Yeah. But I think it's just like a classic... level 0 skill card where it's like basically can be an overpower or a manual dex as you need it.
Yeah.
Leo Anderson's got to be like the worst teacher though, hey?
Yeah.
Like, all right, kid, here's the first thing. You're going to hold the rifle like this and then you're not going to turn into a tree.
Why would you say that?
Just don't do it, okay?
Yeah. He's like, okay, I won't. He's like, just promise me, kid. Fucking promise me. All right, we got 1 in the chamber. I think this card's really cool. So it's a 1-cost event, commits for a fist and a foot. It's a fortune and a tactic. I mean, it's not really a fortune because this man is dead. He's just got shot twice. Like, he's not dodging those bullets. He has 2 men to kill with 1 bullet. Like, let's not talk about all this, like, how he's already dead.
I think he's shooting people.
No, because those are 2 gun flares. Yeah, muzzle flares,
okay.
Yeah. So it's fast. Play at the end of an attack or effect that spends the last ammo from a firearm asset you control. Add 1 ammo to that asset. You get +3 skill value for your next attack with that asset this round.
That's a new card.
Yeah. Yeah. I mostly just want to play this card with the lightning gun. You know,
oh, yeah.
Does this have a chamber? Who knows, man? I don't know. But also clearly like great with either of the shotguns.
Yeah. Also good with like the big rogue guns too, like just being able to like reload it, ready it, get some resources.
Like Tony's Long Colts or the Lupara.
Yeah. Even like realistically,
the
also
Lupara.
the even just like an extra shot with like at level 0 with your Mauser, just like you don't need to like you can just like go and shoot with. Yeah. Card's cool.
Yeah, good design.
Yeah.
If we've learned anything about firearms, it's that extra bullets are what makes them good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we got Salvage. This is a 0 cost, 2 experience event. Commits for a book. It's an insight. Choose an item asset in your discard pile. Either choose one, remove that asset from the game and gain resource equal to its cost, or play that asset paying its cost.
I like this card.
Yeah.
This is good design.
Yeah, it's very good design. No.
Good job, guys.
I also like it because it looks like my dad.
I do also really like the art for this one.
Yeah.
It's so like mundane. Just a dude fixing a shovel.
Yeah, just classic Survivor. Just dunk, 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 dunk. Yeah, I just think that this card is not like the decks that want it are gonna really want it, right? And otherwise, it's kind of just like not gonna be too. It's like good recursion, right?
It's good recursion and economy, which is something that Survivor was really hurting on.
Yep.
And it's a good way to make that like economy care about their discard effects without like having it broken by their recursion.
Yeah. I like the
You know, you can use this. You can like throw away your extra Moonstone and Wendy or whatever, and then get an emergency cash with it later.
Yeah, definitely. That's really good.
Right.
Yeah. Also, like I like the items that you can like bring back your grenades in Tommy and just be like, I have more.
Surprise! I didn't actually fix these; they were just in my bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I love that the extra Moonstone just turning it into money. That's sick, and it's gone. Yeah.
Play this in a Minty fan with a fingerprint kit. Like 0 for 4. It's not terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, good card.
Played in a blue investigator, and you can get 0 for 6 off an item. That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, one thing I'm liking with, and this was actually something I talked about when I was first reading the spoiler article, because the design space on the customizable cards is so bombastic and overwhelming. We've been seeing a lot more of these simple designs on the other cards, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this card. Spooky Eye of Sauron, but like he's high as shit on some acid. So it's a 1 cost Insight Paradox event. It's 1 experience, commits for a brain and a book. Parlay, choose a non-elite enemy at your location and test brain or book 8. This test gets -1 difficulty for each other card in your hand.
Yes. Yes.
If you succeed, automatically evade the chosen enemy and attach existential riddle to it. Attached enemy gains aloof.
Hand size matters.
Fuck!
It's a parlay action, so you can do all your engaged to enemies. So if it wasn't, they would just make it not tax opportunity. Because
yeah. Also, if you're dressed nice,
Fine
they pay more
clothes.
attention to what you're saying.
they would.
Yeah, I think the card's sick though. It added some rules for massive enemies in aloof, which I think are totally reasonable and sound.
Or it just doesn't work.
No, where it's just that if they're when it's a ready enemy, massive overwrites aloof, but if for an evaded enemy, aloof overwrites massive.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this a lot with like the monster enemies.
Yeah.
You're like, Mr. Shoggoth, have you considered how you shouldn't exist? And he's like,
Me? Cosmic? Yeah.
Man, are mindless dancers elite?
no.
Oh,
Yes,
shit, dude.
how do you exist if you're out here, but this is inside his dream? And they're like,
Yeah, that is good. This card's gonna get a bunch of great jokes for people for sure. Yeah, no, I think the card's awesome. Yeah. Just like.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. It's also good too because like when you have things like fend off and handcuffs, those are generally gonna be like, because even though this is anything, aloof is generally weaker than like locking something down, right? Because these things, they'll still hunt you. If they engage you, they're ready, right? And then also like, it's just, I think it's like, it's just a really nice package for this card.
Yeah, this seems really good with Trish. Where you can just like pick a hunter
Enemy?
enemy and be like, follow me,
Yeah.
but do not hit me.
Well, that seems, that's juicy.
Hand size Trish, baby.
I mean, it doesn't even
I
need to
pass
be,
a brain aid test.
it doesn't even need
Oh,
to
I
be
mean-
hand size though, right? Because like, if the difficulty of the test is like 3, you can probably beat that.
Yeah, 3 buckets per
Right.
reasonable.
I even also like with like Luke, just be like, go in your portal and be like, hello! How am I here but not here? And he's like, what?
Yeah, stupid Gugger, whatever, just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, play it with Luke. Like, I have smoked so much witch weed, and I am more sure that I exist
Yeah.
than you
The,
are.
the eye is actually Luke, just peering in.
Yeah.
Hello, little girl. All right. Alchemical distillation. So this is a seeker. One of 2. Actually, by the time the other one came out, we've spoiled another seeker customizable card. This is a 2-cost asset. Takes up a hand slot. Commits for a brain. Customizable. Uses 3 supplies. As an action, spend a supply. Choose an investigator location and test book 1. If you succeed, that investigator performs one of the following options. Draw 2 cards. Gain 2 resources. Mending Distillate gives you heal 2 damage. Calming Distillate gives you heal 2 horror. Enlightening is place 1 charge or secret on an asset you control. Quickening is move up to 2 times. Refined enters play with 2 additional supplies. Empowered. When you initiate the skill test, you may increase its difficulty by 2. If you do, increase the value of the test effect granted by each option by 1 for this
2
test.
secrets on asset you control.
And then perfected. If you succeed by 2 or more, the chosen
What?
investigator may perform 2 of the following options instead of 1.
Draw 3 cards and 2 secrets
Okay.
on asset you control.
Teacher,
Yeah.
can Carolyn play this card or not? And if
Yes.
so, does she have to have ticked that box?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so you can't play at level. I
Well,
mean,
no,
you can play at level
it was 0.
Yeah, you
yeah.
can because it's a yellow card.
But you have to place one of
But
your yellow
like-
cards. But if you upgrade it to the horror one, then
Then
like,
you can upgrade it as far as you want, but otherwise it has
Yes,
to be
it
level
also
1.
doesn't count as yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her heals? It's 0 to 5.
Yeah, heals 0 to 5.
So then, yeah, as you can go up to the limit with this, as long as you do calming. And likewise, well, no, but he's already yellow, instantly, potentially. Yeah, he was still leaked. He was leaked.
Charge and secret on asset. you
I think
control.
this one is also pretty simple to grok. I think this one's pretty basic as well. I think it's neat, and I like the design. I like the design for a customizable card, and I think this is the one that will be fun to play. It'll be cool.
Gee, Rex, how are you using your science to make the Necronomicon better? He's like, this is my alchemical distillation. It's human blood. I pour it on the book, and the book does things.
Yeah. Thank you, Rex. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you really I don't know. I feel like the perfected one is like where I get really interested, like be able to do 2 of the things, but that does cost 5 experience.
I think empowered, and then like the other ones are pretty solid. Like testing a book 2 test or book 3 test is pretty trivial for most yellow investigators.
To then draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like gain 3 resources, or if you're playing like a sporty deck, to heal 3 damage or 3 horror is a big chunk.
I think even also just like the quickening is also a really nice one too. Just the moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I was going, I wouldn't buy this for the quickening one. I don't think I would rather just buy the book that does that.
Mm-hmm.
This is really like some Alice in Wonderland shit, though.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah, I also don't hate this one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I like it, but I don't hate it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Was the other one you also didn't hate, or did you kind of like it? I
The
forget.
green one?
Yeah.
The green one, like, I don't dislike the design, but I feel like it should have just been a normal card.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Is that it? That's it. Wow. We're done.
Wow.
Once again, we recorded this in July, so if there's any other ones you're like, what about this one? We'll get to it eventually. We batch spoiler these rather than like, release a video talking about like 1 or 2. It's just more fun even for us to talk. We get into a better groove once we get into it, so.
It's also better than us doing, like, a 10-minute video every 2 or 3 days where Justin's like, hey, come record for a bit.
Yeah.
Talk about these 2 cards that got spoiled.
Yeah,
today.
and also because we release so many videos, it would really it might not seem like it, but it would actually also butcher up our release schedule because we have a pretty structured release schedule. What do you think of the cards that were spoiled that we talked about in this video, and which one are your favorites? Huge thank you to all of our patrons and for everyone who watched this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and as always, GG's.